why does he not have that expansion yet? I wonder if he's thinking, there's got to be something fishy going up. Lots of scans going around the base, trying to take a look at what's happening. We got a Hydralisk Den and a Nidus network both being built right now. So that'd be interesting to see if Zader would drop a Nidus worm right in here, behind the smoke, out of sight. And if it's not being spotted, that's going to do horrible, horrible things if he can load it up with Zerglings, get right past the front door, where he's got all of his units placed right now. So looking at the production tab, Groove Spines being researched. He's got the Hydralisk finally starting to pop out. More Marauders for Brien. It's just a macrofest right now. Nobody's really doing anything apart from that early Thor harassment. So Brien just getting more supply depots, loading the Thor up again, and finally pushing out. So here comes the pain. So Zader has just got a massive Zerglings at his front door, 2 Spine Crawlers, 1 more being built for defense. I don't think he knows this is coming, and this is going to hurt when it lands. So just biding his time. That's actually not... Well, that's helping Zader a little bit. It's giving him a chance to get a few more Hydralisks built up. That Spine Crawler is going to finish, and he's getting a second hatchery in the main, probably just so that he can keep pumping out more units there. And here comes the attack. These Hellions are just going to roast the poor little Zerglings. And yeah, they don't stand a chance. They get down there, they are gone and melted. So pushing up, letting the stack defenses do the work. Hydralisk, get back, Hydras, get back. Let the stack defenses do their job. And that poor little Overlord's going to try and be a hero. Hydralisk trying to snipe the Thor from the top, and here they come up the ramp, stopping to try and take out the stack defenses, not pushing into the main army. As the Hydras move around, just start trying to take out anything they can. Siege tank on the bottom, shelling everything in sight, especially now with vision of the high ground. Zader needs to try, and there he goes, moving the drones out of the way, making sure that he has as minimal a disruption to his economy as possible. We got more Hydralisks on the way. What he's producing right now, 9 more Hydras about to pop up. Queen jumping in to help defend. That's not going to work out so well, but those Hydras should help to clean things up. Here they come, as the Hydras focus down Thor. Thor is down. He lost the Hive, but he does have the Broodlings to help with a little bit of the small pieces of defense. That is going to be enough to clean up the initial push. Medevac just sitting there, doing its thing, and they still don't know that Zader has the second base set up, and he's producing a new layer. Really wish he would just try and rebuild a little bit closer. That's just not going to help with the mining time at all. But hey, at least he's still on his feet. He's going to have a layer up in just a few moments. And here comes a second push from our Terran. 2 siege tanks, a handful of Marauders, a couple more Hellions going to try and push their way up the ramp. He hasn't had time, Zader that is, to rebuild his main army. He's just got 4 Hydralisks and a bunch of drones on defense, a lot of minerals. So again, this is one of those instances where if he had a whole bunch of larvae lying around, he could just go ahead and morph them into whatever he needed. Trying to use the high ground to take it out, but the high ground is being spotted by the medevacs, so those Hydras are definitely not going to do anything. Up come the... Yeah, up come the Marauders, up come the Hellions. Drones running every which direction, just trying to get out. It's going to be interesting. Is he going to transfer them to the new base that he's had set up this entire time, or is he just going to lead them on a wild goose chase around the map? So you can see over here at the other base, we do have a whole bunch of Hydralisks just sort of waiting to spring into action. 20 Hydralisks waiting. He's still got the 1 Queen over there, and it's not really a huge army for Brien. And the drones slipping off and away at the other high yield, just sort of waiting. And Brien has finally gotten going on his own expansion, moving out to the natural. He must be feeling really confident at this point. Really small army though, 3 siege tanks, 4 marines, and 8 marauders, 3 hellions, just sitting out there waiting. And those poor drones. Leave them alone. They didn't do anything to you. They don't deserve this. Ooh, and we got a Nidus network going up. I'm not sure why he dropped it there. If only just to cause some kind of confusion. Oh no, that's the worst place you can go, drones. Get away, get away, get away. Run, 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 run. That is the last spot on this map that you want to be. Do not run. Nope, the Marine. Yeah. This is just a giant turkey. Oh. Drones are feeling pretty ballsy. Running in, killing the Marine, and there's the Hellion. They are not gonna last long. Going splat. Hellion still in the red. It's still a tiny army. There is a Banshee up. 2 Vikings. I'm not sure why he's getting the Vikings. But we can see over here that we do still have a Hydralisk den up. I don't know why Brien has not finished that off just yet. I think he thinks that he's still got Zader beaten. Doesn't realize that there's a second base. Siege tank is gone. Hydra den is still up, although it's going to start taking damage as it is no longer on the creep. And Zader with 32 Hydralisks just sitting there waiting. He just needs to push out, and he can do horrible, horrible things to Brien right now. So Zader's still able to produce more Hydras. Doesn't have anything on the way, however, but a bunch of larvae, and there we go. 5 more Hydras on the way, getting ready to join up with the others, and burrowing them, just to try and keep them hidden. In comes a medevac, scouts, but because of the fact that he's not able to see anything, because they are burrowed, he has no idea what kind of an army Zader has. I don't think he even realizes that Zader has an army. There's just absolutely nothing there. Up come the extra Hydras. So we are up to a grand total of 37 Hydralisks, and all they've got to go against are 8 Marauders, 5 Hellions, a Medevac, a Thor, a Banshee, 5 Vikings, 2 Siege Tanks, and 5 Marines. So this army doesn't know what it's in for. This is going to be awesome to watch. So in they come, not realizing what's going on, and pop go the Hydras. This is going to be painful. So quickly decimating that Terran army, and now's the time to push out. Oh, Siege Tank in siege mode, trying to take out as many Hydras as it possibly can, but there are still 39 Hydralisks left on the field, and now it is time for a long, painful march into the Terran base. So right now, virtually nothing left on defense for the Terrans. He is even bringing the SCVs in, trying to lift off the command center, pulling it back. Don't think it's going to make it. Command center goes down to the might of 39 Hydralisks. He's pulling up. Yeah, that's where your Terran wall in just really won't work. 2 more siege tanks coming out to help. 5 Vikings already on the map. Only 1 Marine left, 1 Hellion. It looks like Brien is done for, does not have enough. This is all because Zader grabbed that fast expansion to the high yield, and it went unchecked the entire game, right up until that last little push. And this has got to be it. There's nothing that Brien can do to stop this at this point. It's pretty much all over. So getting in there, taking out as many structures, as much tech as you possibly can, focusing down the starports to make sure nothing airborne gets up there. No more siege tanks coming out, because those last factories are going down, and Brien quits without even a GG. So there you have it, Zader victorious, all because of Cloak, Dagger, and oh, look at that, I didn't even notice he had another base set up at one of the natural expansions. So chalk this all up to Zader being a very sneaky bastard, and a good lesson as to why you should always scout, especially if you see something fishy, like a Zerg player that doesn't appear to have any kind of a natural expansion going on. So if you got a replay you want to send in to us here at Split Infinity Radio, just send it to dominion@siradio.fm, and apart from that, be sure to tune in Mondays 10 p.m. Eastern Time, when I will be talking all sorts of StarCraft. Apart from that, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you on the internet.